So I've just done a video where I've drawn on for 10 minutes about Joshua versus Klitschko if they fought right now. I'll try and make this one more concise, but you never know when I get my rant started. Joseph Parker versus Klitschko if they fought today. Now, firstly, let me say I don't have as many concerns on Parker as I do Joshua. Why? Simply because he's been more tested in his fights. Now, you could say the fact that Anthony Joshua's got rid of his opposition so swiftly proved that he's a far superior fighter to Parker. That may be correct, we'll only know in time. Personally, when you've got a very young fighter, and Parker is exceptionally young for a heavyweight, I think he's 22 or maybe 23 years old, I like to see a fighter tested. I prefer it when a fighter takes a punch. I prefer it when a fighter has to go a few rounds. So I think, despite the fact that Parker hasn't looked quite as invincible as Anthony Joshua at this early stage of their career, the fact that Parker's had to go the distance, the fact that Parker's been hurt and cut in a fight, the fact that we've seen Parker take a punch, means that there's, in my eyes, less concerns. Now, I think this is a subject that's up for debate. You could argue, look, Parker's had to go rounds, he's got less power. Parker's taken punches, he's got a worse defence. Parker's been cut in a fight, what's he doing getting stuck into a wall? But I think this is all a learning curve. This means when Parker gets into a big fight, when he gets to round 9, when he gets to round 10, 11, 12, when he's hurt in a fight, when he's injured, when he's catching one on the chin, he knows how to react. It becomes instinctive, it becomes ingrained within him, and it's not a sort of a shock when that happens. So for me, I have slightly less questions about Parker. We know he can take a punch, albeit from sea-level heavyweights. And we know he can fight deep into, a 12-round competition. I also think he's more versatile. I've ranted on about this previously on various videos, so I won't cover it at great length. But he's got fast hands, he's got combinations. He's got powerful shots to the head, as we saw against Costa Jr., but he also throws good body work. He's confident on the inside and the outside, and I do rate him. I think he's a well-rounded fighter. I think he's shown lots of capability at this stage in his early career, and I rate him. I have less doubts about him than I do about Anthony Joshua. The difficulty with Parker, and this is why, once again, I'm going to predict Vladimir Klitschko wins, is that there have been defensive slip-ups from Parker. He's looked better in his last fight against Costa Jr., but against Sherman Williams, who is a sort of reliable journeyman but beatable, I was surprised how many times Williams was able to catch Parker. Now, I agree Parker's improved since, he's learnt from the experience, but if you're catching shots like that from someone as slow, as small and as unathletic as Williams, what is Vladimir Klitschko going to do with you? Now, the difference obviously between the two is Klitschko's got such power that if you start eating shots like that from Vladimir Klitschko, it's going to be an early night. For that reason, and whilst I think Parker brings a lot to the table, power, movement, athleticism, combinations, hand speed, body punching, I think you can't really be anticipated to beat Vladimir Klitschko unless you've got an improved defence. Now, Parker seemed to have been more disciplined defensively against Beto Costa Jr. If that continues against top 50 opponents in his next 2 or 3 fights, maybe I'll reconsider, maybe I'll give him a chance. But at this point, it's too early for him to be fighting Vladimir Klitschko. I think his defensive lack of experience and potential lack of discipline could catch him out. So, I've done the uncontroversial thing. I've picked Klitschko to beat both Joshua and both Parker. It's not because I don't rate the guys, but realistically, it is too early in their careers. I got it as a request. I'm interested in talking about it. I always like getting requests, so very, very happy to discuss it. But I think it's just too early on at this stage of their careers. What I would say is that I consider Vladimir Klitschko to be a top 10 all-time great heavyweight. He's right up there for me. His resume is much deeper than Vitali's. He's fought some real quality names. Absolutely cleaned out and dominated the division in my eyes. And I think the fact that Parker and Joshua, at the rookie stage of their career, the fact that I'm picking them to lose to a top 10 all-time great shouldn't be seen as a negative. I'm sure after 10 fights, people will be picking Klitschko to lose against all-time greats. We'll just have to see how they develop, how they learn and grow as fighters, and how they do when they get more difficult questions asked of them by top-tier fighters. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks as always for watching.